morning. The dogs and I went for a little morning stroll just to see what was going on in the neighborhood. Just a few small odds and ends here this morning, and we should get our planter by about lunchtime. Dealership is still working on a couple little warranty issues that they had trouble getting some parts for, so we're really hopeful we get it by lunchtime because we've got about a 2-day window here to get some planting done before it's supposed to rain, of course. Got the floor a little extra clean last night for loading seed in and out of here, which means I've got another pile to pick up. There, easier for shoveling and easier for editing. I guess it's go time, so it's probably time to get the fun toy out of the way and out of the work shed. Although, it would be fun to go tear around in it right now. Gotta work before you can play. You really wanted to chase that thing, didn't you? Another time. The big one is fueled up?
It's fueled up, yep.
Fueled up.
So I moved the sweeps from in the cab into the toolbox up in front of the platform.
Oh, okay.
On the right side. So
okay.
then
they quit clanging.
Yep.
We got to decide on a hybrid. We are going to throw seed in the seed tender first because it'll be our first time using it this year. Figure it's easiest doing that rather than going into the planter right off the bat. There's always a little bit of a learning curve again when you start doing something that you haven't done for a year. I think you're fine right there. Everything is flowing okay. Beat it a little bit faster here. We're going to switch to the back hopper now, put a different hybrid in the back of the cart because we got 2 later season hybrids we want to have out there. We don't want to mix them together. Box 2. I can't do this one-handed. Seed is all loaded up. I'm gonna take the rock picker and head down to the first field we plan to plant. And Dad's gonna take the field cultivator out and hit another 100 acres that we're hoping we can get to by tomorrow night before the rain does come. And 4. Just got a call that the planter is ready, which was sooner than we were thinking. So
yeah, it sounds like Colton might be able to come out as soon as we get the planter too.
So we're gonna go do that. But first, Dad's gonna do this just little 10-acre piece on the edge of the driveway, and I am going to talk to the TerraClear guy. So if you watched the last video, you know we had a guy out here flying drones that actually was looking for rocks.
How to use that thing, I can...
And it made a map of our rocks. Well, now we can go to the field and drive right to those rocks. But he's got a little, what he called a geode that goes in the tractor. No idea how it works. No idea how to use it. But he's right up the road flying some other fields, so I'm gonna go get that thing from him. He can show me how to work it, and then it's supposed to bring this tractor to within 1 foot of the rock. So here's our rock map that he flew yesterday. That's 80 acres, and there are 281 rocks on that field that are mapped right there. But I can switch it, go to settings, and say I only want to look for 10-inch and bigger. I nearly just drove off the road at 4 miles an hour trying to show you guys a rock map. Let me pull over just for 10 seconds. Now there are 44 rocks that are 10-inch and bigger. Or, if I really don't want to waste time with the small ones, I can go to 18-inch and bigger. Looks like there are 5 of them in that field. So, pretty cool technology, kind of neat. I'm gonna you know, I haven't used it yet, so we'll see how it works. Again, like I said in yesterday's video, not sponsored at all. They just sent me an email, said, hey, we're gonna be in the area, can we come by and do this, test it out? Yeah, let's see how it works. Well, this is a geode. He rigged up a little magnetic mount that's gonna sit up here. We are gonna enter offsets into our app, and then this thing is gonna bring me to within 1 foot of the rock. So we're taking a little bit of a risk by putting that up there, but it'll be temporary fun. We've got it all set up. You can see the little geode. That's a geode sitting on top of the rock picker right there. Unfortunately, or fortunately actually, now I've got to run get the planter, so I won't even get to use it right now. And I don't know if I'll get to use it at all, but it's on there anyway. We're not wasting any time. It's time to go get that planter, get things moving. Earlier planting can mean big yield differences in our area. We'll see if I remember how to fold the planter up. They've got it here halfway unfolded just so it was drying off after washing things up. Fold. Well, I haven't wrecked anything yet that I'm aware of. Dad couldn't sit still, so he came out and did some rock picking while I drove this home. We're gonna leave it in the field here because we're gonna be needing it down here anyway. First thing we'll do is top off with some government juice here, and then we'll throw some diesel in after that. Then we gotta upload some computer programs, fill it with seed, all the normal stuff, you know. Dad will fill that. I'm gonna go grab our file from the agronomist for the variable rate seeding maps. That was not difficult. It's right here in this handy bag labeled variable rate seeding maps. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. I think it's really simple. If I remember right, I just plug the USB into the port like my ancestors have always done. And maybe, nope, there we go. I would like to import data. That took about 22 seconds, so now I input my fields, let it know where I plan on going to so it records the correct field. I'm gonna switch to Dad's? No, whose field is this gonna be? Home? Not that one, there we go. Select my hybrid, which should be in there from years past, there we go. Then let it know what population we want to do, which is RX. There's a prescription. So it's going to download the shape file for that field. This is what I just uploaded. I think I've got all that set. I'm going to grab an iPad now so that we can record onto our John Deere system so that we've got that being tracked and uploaded to the cloud. The iPad is running an update right now, so we figure that's kind of the last thing left there. We may as well throw seed in while that's moving. First seed of the year. There's one hybrid in. Then we'll put the other hybrid in this side. Then we can compare the two when we come back and harvest. All right, we got both sides all loaded up. I'm gonna grab a sandwich on my way down the driveway and we're gonna head off and plant some corn. So I've always been open and transparent with you guys. I've always tried to show exactly what's going on in the farm here because I wanna show what's going on in the farms in rural America. So I've always tried to show that. But even though I show as much as I can about the farm, I don't wanna show too much of my personal life. I don't need people knowing what I'm watching on TV, what my wife is shopping for, what my kids are looking at on their phones. And the crazy thing is that I found out that most people are actually putting all that information out into the world without actually ever even knowing it. And we all know that that goes on to a certain point, but I think it's way more than what most of us actually realize. Out here, we don't have much of a choice when it comes to internet providers. I can really only choose from a couple different ones. I'm guessing a lot of you are probably in the same position. It's unfortunate because I think a lot of people don't realize how much power your internet provider can actually have over you. They know an insane amount of information about you and your family based off of just the internet sites that you're going to and what you're shopping for on your phone and whatever. And they store that information. They say, of course, that, you know, they don't sell it off or they don't profit from it, or, you know, they don't use it in ways that people wouldn't want them to use it. But then you start to get clearly targeted ads for products or services that you and your buddy might have been talking about an hour before that, and it starts to make you wonder. And did you know that in the US, the providers can legally sell your information to these advertisers, and they can profit a lot off that information? I don't like it any more than you do. The good news is, even though you can't choose your internet provider, you can choose to protect your privacy from them by using the sponsor of today's video, which is ExpressVPN. What ExpressVPN is it's a simple app that basically encrypts and reroutes everything you do online through a secure server. Pretty much puts a shield between you and your internet provider so that they can't see and watch and store everything that you're doing. It's just a secure private connection that you can create just by doing this. It's easy, it's awesome. One subscription covers up to 5 devices at one time. So we have it on our phones, we have it on our laptops, it's on our computer. As a dad, I really don't like the thought of these companies being able to see everything that my kids are doing online, or everything me or my wife are doing online either. So I think it's really important. So make sure you protect you and your family's online privacy today. All you have to do is go to expressvpn.com/millennialfarmer to get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. That's expressvpn.com/millennialfarmer for 3 free months. I have to admit something, guys. I just skipped like 2, maybe even 3 hours of filming here while we set everything up, just because it's a lot. We did a lot of stuff here. We've got a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of technology. I got some updates to show you about, but I don't want to bore you by talking too much. So the first thing I'm going to show you is watch this. You see this turn coming up here? I've got a turn before this road. This is the end of the field. Now normally I have to push all these buttons and turn this big round thing in front of me and take care of that, but watch this. I was going 8.6 miles an hour. Now I'm down to 5.5. I'm not touching a button. The planter's lifting up. I'm not touching the steering wheel. Tractor's turning. Here we go. It's just a green spaceship. It's a robot. Now what am I gonna do? I'll have to start another YouTube channel. Here we go. I don't have to touch the buttons. Planter's up, it's gonna go down on its own. We're lined up on our auto path. Look at that. And we're showing, oh, we're off 1 inch, 0 inches. We're dead on. This tractor adjusts because I have a receiver on the tractor. There's a receiver on the planter. They talk to each other. This one up here is now the new John Deere 7000 series globe. So it's actually got SF RTK, meaning Starfire RTK. It does not use a base station. So previously we had to pull a base station from town over there. That's actually on the elevator tower or one of the bins. We don't need that anymore. So if that moves, gets damaged, gets taken down in a storm, which happened last year, I don't think to that one, but to several of them, we don't have to worry about that. This receiver that's on top of this tractor pulls all from satellites and it triangulates everything. We don't have to worry about base stations, so it's much more consistent. It's got a 5-year guarantee on it. It's high tech. It's cool. How neat is that? So now I basically just watch everything here on the monitor, make sure everything stays green, control the speeds, make sure we don't drive into anything. We did get out and check depth several times, kind of found a balance on where we want our downforce. I'm watching the singulation. I can adjust the road cleaners. I am changing population in a couple spots in this field. Just kind of messing with some stuff, but I don't know. I just kind of need somebody to just bring me a pizza now. Now, even better than the speed and the steering being controlled all on its own is the fact that I have had not one single alarm for a sensor go off yet. And I'm 70 acres into this. Everything's working. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I just jinxed myself. Let's hope not. But everything, as of now, so far, has been awesome. There's our first 82.71 acres down. I'm gonna jump across the ditch and finish. Whoa, I hit the wrong button. Okay, this way. Alright, slow down, think about things. There we go. I'm going to jump across the ditch and finish the other 60 acres over there tonight. And then we got another 50 acres up the road. Let's see, it's about 5 o'clock now. We're gonna hammer some acres out as long as this keeps going good. We're cruising now. It's go time. This is a bit of a narrow approach. I don't like pulling out of here with a planter, but I'm gonna make it happen. At least if I have to swing it too wide, I just fall down into that culvert. Hey Colton, walk me through that boundary again. I jumped over the ditch, so I'm on the other side now. Well, I was cruising right along, but then I happened to notice something as I was rotating around a corner here. We got these Susi tracks on here that level the weight out really well. We really like them. But you see that little guy right there? It's supposed to look like that one, but it doesn't. I don't know if it's bent or what's going on here. Maybe I can use the camera to get in there and... Oh. I'm not a rocket geologist, but it looks like we got a bearing problem. That's really the first problem we've had with these things in about 6 years. I think I'm gonna try to back this thing up somehow into the road ditch to take some pressure off that, to see if I can pull that wheel off. Like the bearing's out far enough, I might just be able to grab it by hand. It's pretty tight in there though, there might be more wrecked. Otherwise I run it home and we put a jack under it and get it out of there. I'll see if I can get it up in some sort of a goofy angle without breaking more stuff. No, that isn't working. 5 to 4.
Go ahead.
We've got a little bit of an issue maybe.
Hopefully we can get bearings and get it fixed on. You can drive it with it fast.
Well, I mean, I'm moving with it. I don't know how long it's been that way. It's clearly quite a ways out. I just noticed it as I was turning around into a corner. I sent pictures to Daryl already and asked him if anybody has bearings for those things. But it's really hard to know what we need until we pull that off to really see where the damage is. But I guess I'm going around thinking I'm not doing more damage right now.
Okay.
We were gonna pull it off and see if we could run without it if we had to, but if you've got a hub and a bearing, we'll have it off here probably in 30 minutes or so. And I don't really know where to jack up on this thing, but I'm gonna go with the mainframe being the best option. There we go. There. I don't know if the camera got that. I was watching the planter more, but that tire loosened up. That wheel? Whatever it is. Let's see. Let's go a little more. There. That's a safety precaution. I think things are fairly stable. Yep, there's a problem there. I'm guessing I need to take this snap ring out. Sometimes if the bearings are bad enough, it'll pop off of there, but it's not going to. Now, I'm gonna call Harbor Freight. I need a great big snap ring pliers that we don't have.
Okay.
So if they're open when you leave, can you run there? I don't know. We got a wheel bearing out on the planter, so.
Yeah, I can just go get it too if they're open. Just ask them how late they're open, and I'll just make sure I go get it.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll just pick my nose and have a sandwich. Just staring at the wheels a little bit more here. I can pull that outer edge off. That looks like an 18 or a 19. I can pull that off. I can't get the wheel bearing out still, but I can yank the hub off. Like I said, it's a 16. If I can get this out of here, I can at least run without it on, probably. Hasn't been doing anything for a bit anyway. Okay, that helps. Yeah, kind of sounds like a piggy bank. That's a sure sign of a bearing issue. Now I'll for sure just wait for Ron, because all I need is the snap ring pliers to get in there and really see what we got. Well, I did everything that I possibly could. I waited for Ron for up to 6-8 minutes, but he's not here. I gotta go. The hub is still hanging in there, but it's stuck there and it's not rubbing on anything. It can't damage the shaft more, it can't damage the track more, it can't really touch anything or get out of there, so I'm gonna go without it. When Ron's in the area, he'll see me. He'll know. Sometimes you just gotta get things done when you get impatient.
I'm south to Glenwood. I'm gonna hit, well, I gotta go through Glenwood anyway. Daryl's got a hub laying out, but we don't remember if it, or we don't know for sure. I know it's from the first year when he had the tracks, they sent extra parts.
Okay, if you're south of Glenwood and you're not coming this way, I mean, it's 7:30 now. We could hold off till morning if you want, because nothing's gonna get ordered tonight.
No, it's up to you.
That'll do it for this 60 acres. I'm gonna head up the road now. It's a little after 8 o'clock, but I'm gonna head up the road and get some endros on before that sun is completely gone, and try to finish off another 50 acres tonight. I have been watching that track and I have not seen any problems with it, but I'll probably get out and take a look when I fold up here just to make sure everything looks fine. I don't see any problems happening, which is obviously good. As long as I'm out here, I'll just kind of look at everything, make sure the T-handles look okay, just make sure nothing stands out to me. Everything looks good back there.
I was gonna tell you, I think Jerry.
Would you look at that, another almost 50 acres done just like that. Well, 190 acres knocked out today. Not so bad considering we didn't start until 1:30 and the first 3 hours are slow, and I had about a 1 hour of downtime. We got a little bit of work to do in the morning on this, but we'll get going again. It's looking like we got all day tomorrow and then maybe a little bit the next day to try to throw some acres in before we get some rain. So we'll get what we get, we'll do what we can, and it'll be what it is. Those are very wise words. Geez, I almost forgot to tell you guys about the sale that we're having on our website for Plant 23. You can go to farmfocus.com right now or to our website linked below. It's going to take you to the same place when you're shopping for apparel. But right now, everything we've got on that site, hoodies, t-shirts, caps, mugs, koozies, you name it, everything on there is 23% off when you use the code PLANT23. So that is only through May 15th. Go take advantage of it right now. Thanks, guys.